All right, welcome back, everyone. We're back live at the 2022 VNEA World Pool Championships. We're playing out of the Westgate Resort and Casino in the fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. Great matchup we got coming for you guys here. Team Strokers of Ontario taking on All Guns Blazin' out of Colorado. And I do know majority of these players, so I might actually be able to call out some names in this match. So just bear with me for a moment here while I send the stream link into the bracket. If you guys would like to follow along with the brackets, they're on CompuSport under the VNEA Las Vegas 2022 heading. And you'll see they got a neat little addition there where we can put the stream link into the bracket, which is super handy for us. We are live on Facebook and YouTube, everyone, if you'd like to comment along on either or. And if you're new to Q Sports Live, do us a favor, click the like button on our Facebook and follow, as well as if you could head on over to our YouTube and subscribe there. That goes a long way to helping us keep these streams always free. Our content will always be free. And if you can also do us a favor and share that stream, we got plenty of really great matches coming for you today. So we'll notice in this match, both teams have team shirts. So Team Strokers is in the black shirts, and Team All Guns Blazin' is from Colorado. They're in the white shirts. So let me just pull up the bracket here and see when the next match is. Looks like next matches in this bracket will be at 5 o'clock. That's Pacific Standard Time. And the final matches of the evening will be at 8 o'clock. So I believe we'll have 2 more rounds of matches tonight. But I am not sure which divisions will be up here. They've been putting a mix of Masters teams, intermediate teams, men's and ladies. We had a ladies match this morning. And we don't make any requests for stream matches or do anything like that because it can get a little biased, as much as we try to keep it not. So we just let the tournament directors do their job, and they do a fantastic job indeed. The staff here at the VNEA does an amazing job of giving us the ultimate player experience. And if you've never been down to this event, you certainly need to put it on your bucket list. It is something else to see. 300 plus tables spread across a few different rooms. This finals arena that we're in here has 8 tables in it, nice and quiet. Lots of seating in the back. Raised bleachers seating with some comfy chairs there. Plenty of room for everybody to sit and watch. And a big shout out to Shannon Benson and the team at High Country Promotions for setting up all these tables and lights and giving us these fantastic conditions to play on. These tables are playing super great, and we're super spoiled here at this event this year. Flat Cat Valleys, Ridgeback Rails, these are the best valleys in the world, and they're playing exactly like it. Richard Daggle on the Facebook wants to know how my team did this morning. We won. We played pretty good. We won in like the 21st game, something like that. The boys were playing good. We ran lots of racks again. Balls rolled our way, so we're going to play the A-side final at noon tomorrow. Pretty sure that'll be on the stream. And we're going to be playing the folks that you watched in the last match. If you were tuned in, we watched Infamous 5 take out the Winnipeg boys. So we will be playing Infamous 5 tomorrow at noon. So we got Strokers at the table on the right. We got All Guns Blazin'. Looks like Adam Cisneros over there on table 2 on the left, shooting stripes. I had the pleasure of playing Adam in the singles. Super nice guy. It's kind of fun. You have all these, you know, Facebook friends because you run in the same circles. And then you get to meet them in person. It's kind of cool. Guy Nicklin wants to know if I'm still breaking head ball or went back to the second ball. No, I'm still hitting head ball, and I've actually ran all 4 of my breaks so far. They give me 2 breaks in each match because, let's be honest, Steve, Joe, and Eric hit it a little better than I do. So they give me 2 breaks, and in the first match I ran both, and in the second match I ran both. And thank you, Richard, Laura. Deborah says, showdown at the Westgate. Heinrich cheering on the Piazza's team. Tony Piazza owns a room in Colorado. Looks like a really nice room. I'd love to make it down there one day. Plenty of super talented players from Colorado, as I'm sure all our viewers out there know. And this team is no exception. These Ontario boys, they can play. I know them well. Guy Nicklin says, yes, I hear Eric hit one better than you last match. LOL story. Guy Nicklin. Eric miscued on a break. Didn't even hit the pack. So they were all laughing at him saying, that's why you only get 2 breaks. Because we were the away team that match, so Joe and Steven get the extra break. And, of course, in the usual fashion of this game and the way the ebbs and flows go, Eric miscues on the break. His opponent takes the break, breaks dry, and Eric runs out. And then he says, you guys didn't know that trick? Sarah Schofield tuning in. She knows these Ontario boys very well. They can all play, all really talented players. And Dave, that is funny. Oh, look at this, a scratch on the right-hand table. That's a big one because it looks like Adam is most likely going to run out the table on the left. And if you're new to VNEA and the scoring system, it is 1 point for each object ball, 3 points for the 8. So the winner of the game will get 10 points. And the loser of the game will get 1 point for each ball they have down. They'll play a 25-game format. They'll add up all the scores, and when one team can mathematically no longer come back, the match will be over. So it's kind of like a points total best of 25. Couple of fans of each team's out there. And if you guys are just tuning in, you're listening to Ben Francis on the mic here. And if you can do me a big favor, share that stream lots for us, as well as like and follow our Facebook. We're getting close to some big milestones there, at which point we'll probably go through the list and give away some stuff. And Adam makes a great shot on that 8 ball to put a 10-1 win on the board for team All Guns Blazing. Always nice to come out all guns blazing, as Adam did there with the break and run. And you'll notice on the right side of your scoreboard there, I'm changing these numbers. And they refer to which games are currently in play. So we're going to keep track of those so that we can see when the match is close to over and add up how many balls one team needs in order to close it out. Guy Nicklin, the team in white is All Guns Blazing from Colorado, and the team in the black shirts is Strokers from Ontario. You got it, pal. And another player I had the pleasure of playing in the singles on the table on the right, Greg Romero. Super guy. He's a real nice guy. He gave me a whooping. Broken ran out hill. That was in the Resurrection tournament. And his wife was super nice as well. Very nice people. Look at this. He's rattled this ball. The only saving grace is he's plugged the pocket that the 8 goes into most easily. Sarah says they miss us in Ontario. Well, I miss being out there too. I was actually talking to Grant. I said maybe later on this year we can make a trip back out there. Maybe find a little action, maybe play a little tournament, hang out with you guys, hit up Sean Blomley's restaurant again, maybe go to a baseball game again. I had a really fantastic time when we were out there, and you were an amazing host. Sarah, I'd love to come back. Span Roston on the YouTube tuning in from Ireland. Welcome, sir. If you guys can give that thumbs up, a little click there on the YouTube. And our YouTube subscribers are getting up there as well. We're only 2.75K away from 10K subscribers on the YouTube. I appreciate it, Sarah. Definitely will make it back out there to Ontario. And I'll try to bring Grant with me this time, and Steph. If we can find some time, man, we are doing a lot of traveling this year, especially Grant. We've just been super, super busy. So a nice little safety on the right side table there. Let's see if Greg can execute this jump. It's very difficult. You pretty much have to land this cue ball on the object ball. Very difficult shot. Yeah, I feel like the kick is maybe a higher percentage there. It's just so hard to get that ball over the 8 and land in time. Super tough shot. Yeah, and as Dave says in the Facebook there, smart shot on table 1. Joshi tuning in from Airdrie. Viewing for Airdrie or from Airdrie? I assume you mean from. So that's a 10-6 for strokers. And that's going to put us on games 3 and 4. And both of these teams are on the B side of the bracket, sometimes referred to as the loser side of the bracket. Here's our viewer advantage sweepstakes poster there. Make sure you guys get in on this. Only a few more days to get your entries in. And a little something new this time, so we're going to draw 2 tickets. First ticket drawn will get their choice of one of those 2 beautiful Jacoby custom cues. And the second ticket drawn will get the remaining cue, so 2 chances to win there. $20 US per package. You can purchase tickets at our online store, cslipl.com, under the shop tab. And if you're in Canada, you can always e-transfer us, qsportslive@gmail.com. Just keep in mind that price is in US dollars, so it's $26 Canadian per purchase. And no limit on the number of entries you can get in on that. We'll do the draw near the conclusion of play on Saturday, and we'll do it on the stream. We'll have somebody draw a lucky winner on the live stream. Yeah, Jonathan, so it's kind of hard to explain on the scoreboard, so I try to just explain it as much as I can during the match. But they're not racing to a number of games or a number of points. It's a best of total points out of 25 possible games. So each ball is worth 1 point, and the 8 ball is worth 3. So the winner will get 10 points, and the loser will get 1 point for each ball they have down. We'll total up the scores over all the games, and when one team can mathematically no longer come back, the match will be over. And if you're just tuning in, we got strokers in the black shirts. They're from Ontario. And we've got All Guns Blazing in the white shirts. Yeah, maybe we could do like 3-4 out of 25, something like that. We just put it as the games they're on, and I'll just try to explain it. I think We've been doing it a little while like this, so we'll try to keep it like this for the people that have been tuned in a lot, so we won't confuse them. But certainly I'm always here to answer any questions. Thomas Grieb on the YouTube from Germany, thanks for tuning in. And thank you for everyone else tuning in. Appreciate everybody. Make sure you're clicking that share button lots. That's the unwritten rule of free streams, is that you share it up. Now, the other reason for maybe not having it written some other way is our scoreboard is a little limited in size. Yeah, Stu's a monster. Stu McTaggart on the left side table. He is the champion of the intermediate 8-ball singles this year. Came with the double dip. Played real well, as usual. And so we got both Strokers players on the tables over here. Stu with the safety, but he didn't get it. He's left the window to the 2 here. And he's not thrilled about it. He knows that's a mistake. He didn't have much to work with there. It was a tricky little safety, very touchy. Those shots are never fun to play. Still a pretty tough shot on this too. Definitely not easy from distance with the cue ball on the rail and rolling it to get shape, and he's overcut it by quite a bit, and that almost sends the cue ball into the pocket. Well, Stu will be happy to get back to this table. He knows he could have got punished there. And thankfully he's got a ball up near that top right corner, so the opening shot is very makeable, and he can kind of get his cue ball into a spot where he wants it. Always nice to sometimes play a bit of an easy opening shot so that you can control the cue ball and get in line right away and then go from there. Leon on the Facebook wants to know when we play again. We play tomorrow at noon Pacific Standard Time in the winner's side final. And that'll be a match. Barry's team versus Infamous 5 from Colorado. These Colorado boys play good. So we got Julian on the right side table working on stripes. This 13 ball will go, but what is he going to do with the 14 from that angle? I'm not sure what he has here to try to get on the 14. He might have to try to punch this around the 2 and get underneath it. Oh, and Stu's missed another ball in this game, so not entirely surprising that we'll see a couple of missed balls. Looks like Strokers did play a match today. But all guns blazing. This is their first match of the day. They had a bye in the opening round of the B side. And it actually looks like out of the 11 teams in this division, 2 of them didn't even show up. Interesting. Very interesting, that is. Oh no, it's all gone wrong over here on the right side table. He's kind of put that stripe back in the way of the 4. And he's got quite a bit of distance on this 2 ball. Well, I suppose he can cut this in the side, maybe control the cue ball. You hate to crash into balls. It's always a small amount of guesswork. The 6 is an okay shot, but he's sort of elevated over the 8, so that can be a little bit tough to control as well. Meanwhile, Stu gets back, and he's going to put a 10-6 win on the board here for his team, Team Strokers. And you'll probably notice these gentlemen are going to play pretty quick. They are all very good players. And all of a sudden, we have a 1-point match. That'll put us to games 4 and 5. And thank you, Sarah. We like luck. We accept luck. The boys are all playing really good. It sure is a treat to play with them, let me tell you. Not only do they play some of the best pool in the entire country, but they're super good guys, and we just have a lot of fun. We're always having good laughs, and we have good times. And Thomas says, if you're missing 2-ball at an 8-ball game, it's usually over. Thomas's comment on the YouTube there, absolutely. At this level, you don't often see 2 chances from one player. Usually these are one-shot games. If you don't run out, you lose. All right, yeah, some Tony Piazza fans in the house. Tony on the left-hand table there, table 2. Anybody who knows VNEA pool knows Tony Piazza. Dude's played this event quite a few times, and it's been quite successful. Super player. They put him as their anchor, justifiably so. This guy comes with in the clutch all the time. He had some kind of crazy shot they got on camera, I think in 2019. Like a hill battle, and Tony came with like this big kick shot or something. Patrick Neal in the house. Welcome, Patrick. On the YouTube says he loves the sub-only commenting. Yeah, so we switched the YouTube over to subscriber-only commentary to get rid of the spam bots. And what a luxury that is, let me tell you. I don't have to chase them down every time. So it looks like Tony on the left side table there came with the second ball break. And on the right side table, a scratch has given Julian ball and handle 2 balls in the 8 for a 10-4 win. That's going to give them the first lead of the match. At this level, you just don't expect any mistakes when the balls lay this easy. And Tony will be aware that they've had a couple of chances, couple of games. He's going to try to get them fired up here. If he can come with a big out here, he can get them on track. And these balls lay nice. He just has to soft draw this ball, play the next ball on the side, and it's pretty smooth sailing. 10-4 win Strokers over there. Team Strokers from Ontario. Team All Guns Blazing from Colorado. It's the battle of the border. It's the border battle. Travis Swan in the Facebook says, nice to see evenly matched teams. I think these two teams are extremely evenly matched. I would expect this to be a real close one. Thomas on the YouTube wants to know 7-foot table. It is indeed. These are 3.5 by 7-foot valley tables, courtesy of Shannon Benson and the team at High Country Promotions. Dallas Rain on the Facebook. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome. And welcome everyone else just tuning in. If you guys can do me a big favor, click that share button for us. Let's get these viewing numbers up for these gentlemen. They deserve it. All fantastic players here. Oh, Tony's drawing back to the side. Looks like he came up a little bit short. Shouldn't be a problem. Should not be a problem for a player of his ability. A half-decent break from Craig Goldie there on the other table, but it looks like he hit it a little funny, and the cue ball got a little stuck down there, but he's made a ball. He's got a shot. A couple of options of shots even. That's all you want to see when you're playing this game. Oh, where's Tony's cue ball going? Where's he going? Did he land relatively decent into the side pocket? I think it's pretty thin, but I think it's doable. He's just going to take his time here, too. Big shot in this match. He knows it. You want to get these early ones. Try to get some momentum. Try to fire up your team a bit. So I think this is makeable. He just needs to be careful that he doesn't lose the cue ball in a pocket somewhere. And I think this shot can be a little deceiving. I actually think you need to play it with inside spin so it doesn't throw the wrong way. Kind of when the balls are close together like that, it wants to throw the opposite way of what you would think it would. That looks in. Great shot there from Tony. Good recovery. That could have went a ray. And that's a 10-0, our first 10-0 of the match, courtesy of Tony Piazza. That puts us to game 6 and 7. And while Craig is thinking about his next shot over there, I'll flash up this poster again quick. Make sure you guys get your entries in. Only a few more days to go. Oh my goodness, how did the bots subscribe to our channel? That is unbelievable. Tell me that doesn't actually happen. Tell me that's not a thing, people. Now we got bots subscribing just so they can put in their comments. Come on. Unbelievable. Can't shake these guys off. We can't shake the bots off the YouTube chat. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, these bots. So I think I actually saw something in there with keywords as well in chat. So I might be able to do something where all those keywords that they keep using, I can get them. I can get a setting in there where it just won't allow any of those words to be used. Thank you, Joanne. And yeah, I guess like Laura Berg says, it gets the subscriber numbers up. They figured out how to pass the robot test, apparently, yeah. Yeah, unless somehow that setting got taken off, but I don't think so. I'll have to take a look in between matches here just to make sure that setting didn't disappear on us. So let's get back to the match here. Craig working on stripes over there, and he's got a bit of a problem. Elevated over the 4, shooting the 15 doesn't do him any good with those other 2 stripes tied up. So I feel like he needs to leave that 15 there and possibly try to find a safety off of those 2 stripes that will help him develop those stripes as well as not leave his opponent a shot. But it's not easy from there. Certainly not. Dave says if you restart the stream, maybe it resets settings. I don't think so, because the last stream I reset, it didn't restart the setting, didn't reset the settings, so And Gord Care says he shared about 70 times already for me today. Thank you, Gord. Much, much appreciated. And a good question from Patrick Neal there on the YouTube. He says, for the second ball break, do you apply low outside spin? That's correct. You do want to apply low outside. I think it's a big misconception that you want to put inside spin on that, but you end up losing the cue ball down sort of where Craig's cue ball went. And you want the cue ball coming up near the side and near the middle of the table so you have more options. Thanks, Travis Swan. Appreciate it. You guys are too kind. Go Colorado, go Avs. Yeah, Alexander, we're cheering on the Avs too. We can't cheer on the Oilers, so we're all of a sudden Avs fans. Oh, nice 10-0 from Stu over there. Went to work real quick and got the job done with very little issue. So that kind of erases Tony's out there, and it's almost an important thing in these matches. If no team ever gets momentum, then it tends to stay really tight. But if one team starts to get a little momentum, then they can run away with it. It can happen plenty of times. And the speed, Patrick wants to know on the second ball break, is very dependent on table condition and how much of the second ball you're hitting. So sometimes you can hit it actually quite hard. So it's definitely dependent on table conditions, and you got to feel it out a little. BJ says, are you on Ben's payroll? To Travis Swan. I pay these guys, BJ, because I ain't getting nothing from you. Just kidding, brother. Hope you were tuned in earlier, BJ, watching your Winnipeg boys. Although they didn't do so good. But they're still alive. They're heading on over to the B side. They'll be in 5th, 6th spot on the B side, I believe. Well, not the 5th, 6th spot. Triple elimination here, so a little trickier to follow. It might be something like the 6th place spot, because there is no 5th, 6th. 5th and 6th are separate spots in triple elim. Whoa, look at this shot from Greg Romero. Nice. Spears down into those balls and develops his one. Not only develops it, pots it. Is he on the 6th ball here? I think he needs to be. Or possibly this combination. Possibly even the 4 between the 5, 6. Jonathan Amo says, if Colorado wins, you get a $50 jelly roll donation. I appreciate that, Jonathan. A better way to help support what we do. We don't ask for donations. Better way to help would be to purchase in on the Viewer Advantage Sweepstakes. That's a good way to support what we do, as well as giving yourself a chance to win something. So let's see what we got over here for Julian on the left table. Looks like a little bit one-sided. Apologies for the muted volume there for a moment. I am losing my voice 7 days into the event. Starting to lose it anyway. And it's no surprise these Colorado guys play so good, that Mile High City, right? We know all about that. We live at a very high elevation too in Calgary. And maybe it's something with the high elevation that makes us play good pool. We definitely have good stamina because we're used to burning twice as much energy. Nice finish there from Greg Romero of Team All Guns Blazing. That's a 10-4. And that's going to tighten this match right up again. And as anticipated, we're expecting this one to go the distance. Don Davidson on the Facebook. Good day, sir. Looks like calling the 1 ball in on the left side table there. Table 2. We are streaming tables 1 and 2 in the finals arena here. So he played the little combination shot. Let me just put up this poster quick before Julian shoots his next ball so you all know what I was talking to Jonathan about. Yeah, Cameron might have something to do with not being able to go outside for half of the year. That's definitely it, too. We're not out there golfing 8 months a year, that's for sure. Steven says the same thing on the YouTube. All right, Julian's ready to shoot this ball. Let's head back over to table 2. Plays that ball way downtown, right in the heart of the pocket. Ryan Hogan says he'll take Barry's team against the field. I'll take Barry's team against the field, too. We're going to be tough to beat. Let me tell you, the boys are playing really, really good. Yeah, thin air makes the table play slicker. It's super dry. Super, super dry in Calgary, so we get to play on these fantastic tables in super dry conditions, and it's a pool player's dream. And it's never too hot out there, so we never get that humidity. Or very rarely anyway. Jonathan, this is indeed the B-side. Triple elimination tournament, so the loser of this match will not be out. They'll still be in. Dry break there over on table 1. BJ Fox on the Facebook. Much better, sir. Thank you. I love the jokes. You guys keep me entertained, keep me laughing. You make my job so easy. And these players really make my job easy too. This has been some fantastic pool all day. You just sit here and watch them run out. I don't need to call too many shots because they're already shooting them in the pocket. Patrick Neal on the YouTube says they only play golf 345 days a year in Texas, but they fight mosquitoes 24/7, 365. John Wyden on the YouTube as well from Red Deer. Welcome, sir. Corey Sharman as well on the YouTube. Yeah, that 50-0 round was something else. I've never seen that before. We've ran plenty of 5 and 6 racks in a row, but we have never ran 6 racks in a row of 10-0s. It was unbelievable. Alexander says he's excited for Barry's team and Infamous 5, but got to go for my hometown Colorado team. Absolutely. Absolutely. You got to root on the hometown boys. I always do. Jonathan wants to know, how are these tables felt? Look slower. Is it just camera's perspective? Just the camera's perspective, actually. These tables play quite quick. As far as my experience from Valleys, these Valleys play absolutely fabulous. These got to be the best Valley tables in the world right now. And Gord Care on the Facebook says, Patrick, you haven't seen mosquitoes like they have in Manitoba. They do have some brutal Manitoba mosquitoes. And Patrick Neal on the YouTube says 4-peat on the horizon. Yeah. Trying for the 4-peat. We didn't get to make it out last year, so we let somebody else win. But we're coming for the four-peat. One final time. One final time. Lots of fans from both teams in the house. Really nice to see. Personally, I love that about what we do. I know my family and friends, they love to watch from back home when we're playing. So we appreciate all of you fans out there cheering on your hometown boys. And for anyone just tuning in, this is Ben Francis on the mic with Q Sports Live. We're at the 2022 VNEA World Pool Championships at the Westgate Resort and Casino. We're in the fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. And we're watching the men's master 8-ball teams on the B side of the draw. And Warren Saffel says about the mosquitoes, Alaska's are bigger yet. Patrick Neal says on the YouTube that their skeeters have been spotted carrying the space shuttle on their backs. Too funny. So what do we got here on the left? We got the Piazza's team looking at a 10-6 win, just 2 balls left in the 8. They lay pretty nice. You line straight in on this 2. You just roll this in. You're going to be straight in on the 8 as well. Good question from Thomas on the YouTube. Wants to know if I'm joining a new Masters team next year, with this being Barry's team's last year. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do next year. I might actually just play like Scotch and the singles and not play teams, so we'll see how it goes. All guns blazing with the 10-6. That'll get it to games 9 and 10, so these teams are trading blows. Close as anticipated. And another big shout out to Shannon Benson and the team at High Country Promotions for doing the setup here with these tables and lights and giving us these fantastic conditions to play under. Awesome, awesome company they are. Shannon carrying on the legacy of Mr. Gary Benson, who we are certainly missing a lot at this event. I'd consider myself a friend of Gary's. He was always cheering us on. Seemed to know him quite well, and it's not been the same without his voice coming over that intercom, let me tell you. It's our first year down here without him here, so a little bit of a new feeling, but we remember him well. Christine wants to know, are there singles and Scotch leagues out there? I'm not sure what you mean by there. Do you mean Calgary? Because if you mean Calgary, there are not. There are not singles and Scotch leagues outside of our Ghost Singles League. The CSL IPL, real nice out there on table 1. That's another 10-0. All guns blazing, extending the lead a little here for the first time in this match. That's going to put us on games 10 and 11. And while the player on the left-hand table decides on their opening shot, I'll flash up this poster. And if you guys like what we do at Q Sports Live here, this is one of the great ways you can help support us and help keep us bringing you these free streams. Our content will always be free. All we ask is you show us a little love here and there, share the streams lots, like and follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. And you can get it on this Viewer Advantage Sweepstakes. $20 US per package. Get yourself 2 chances to win one of those cues. We're going to do 2 draws. First draw will get their choice of one of those 2 beautiful Jacoby custom cues. The second ticket drawn will get the remaining cue. And if you guys have any questions about the ins and outs of the sweepstakes, you can certainly send us a message through our Facebook to Q Sports Live, or you can send us an email. If you don't like Facebook, you can send us an email to qsportslive@gmail.com. And welcome David Dodler on the YouTube. Says, used to be dealing with mosquitoes, now he's dealing with scorpions and rattlesnakes, and he'll take the mosquitoes. Question for you up there, Ben. Bundy wants to know, is Johnny's team still in? Johnny's team is still in. Oh, here's another question from Jonathan. I see it here, Jonathan. Jonathan on the Facebook wants to know, any plans on coming across the country to New Brunswick, I assume you mean New Brunswick, to stream or play any tourneys matches? We have queues and streaming equipment, and we will drive or fly or hitchhike, train, however we got to do it. Certainly, if any of you out there are looking for having your tournament streamed and you like what we do at Q Sports Live, you can send us a message once again through Facebook, or you can email us, qsportslive@gmail.com. Just send us all the details of your tournament dates and whatnot, and we will do what we can to try to work out some sort of deal and get us out there to stream. We love traveling. We love seeing different parts of the country. We have been out east quite a few times, and one of my favorite tournaments of the year was always the Charlottetown, the Maritime Championships in Charlottetown, PEI, and they just treated me so well out there. They were the absolute best hosts of a tournament. A big shout out to Andrew Sprague there. Super guy. Peter Wood wants to know how our team is doing. We're doing great, Peter. We won our match today, so we're going to play the A-side final tomorrow at noon Pacific time. And Ferris on the YouTube, appreciate that. He says, hey, Ben, love what you do. He or she, sorry. I'm not sure because we don't have pictures on the YouTube, so sometimes I got to guess. Says, hey, Ben, love what you do from Nova Scotia. Thanks for tuning in all the way from Nova Scotia. James on the Facebook wants to know who's winning on table 3-4. I'm not quite sure. It's kind of a little hard to tell from over here. I haven't been watching those games too much, and there's no, like, scoreboards posted, so I'd have to go down there and check the score sheet. And Ferris is a he, so I had it correct the first time. Thank you. You never know. You got to be careful with those ones, right? So we got, it looks like Tony Piazza on the left table there on table 2. And we got Stu McTaggart, the intermediate men's singles 8-ball champion. He's a VNEA world champion, Stu McTaggart. Got himself a gold Charlie, a nice winner's jacket, and a fat check. Bringing it on back to Canada. Bundy wants to know, so no Johnny Pay Pompey playing number 4 in a row? Johnny's on our team. Bundy. Pay Pompey's on the team, pal. Going for the 4-peat. It'll only be a 3-peat for John and I, technically, because we weren't on the team the first year, but we're calling it the 4-peat for us, too. It's a Barry's team 4-peat. Oh, what a fantastic shot from Tony there, and a real nice out. And he's got another 10-0. As anticipated, this Tony Piazza, he's stacking up the points. Playing real good pool. Going to be tough to stop. Somebody's got to stop that guy. Not easily done. That's the champ, Tony P. Now we got a Randy McTaggart in there. Family member of Stu's, I assume. Love to see it. And John Wyden has a good question on the YouTube. Says, Ben, how do master players play in intermediate? So at this tournament in the intermediate division, you are allowed one drop-down player. One master player can drop down and play with an intermediate team. One drop-down player per intermediate team. And they picked a good one for that team. I believe, well, these guys are all Masters teams. So. But some of the intermediate teams I was watching earlier, one of them had like Alex Olinger on it. So they picked a good one there. A couple of them picked a monster to play with them. I know one year I played the intermediate. We had Kevin Osborne as our drop-down player. That was a good one. I don't know if he missed a ball the entire tournament. We got 5th, 6th. And Patrick wants to know, is McTaggart an intermediate player since he won the singles? Yeah, he was ranked intermediate. He no longer is. Next year, he's a master. Hola, Joey Horn on the Facebook. Thanks for tuning in again. Welcome. And everyone else tuning in, we appreciate you guys all joining us. And Don Willis on the YouTube wants to know, how's that Charbel's team doing? I'm not 100% sure, Don, but if you guys want to follow along the brackets, they are on CompuSport. And they're under the heading VNEA Las Vegas 2022, where you can follow along by searching for an individual player. You can search for a team, or you can just click on the individual brackets and follow the whole bracket. How's this shot from Stu? What's happening here? Ooh, that can work. It can. He has a shot, but does he have an ability to get position on the 8? And I'm not 100% sure that's going to be possible. So he's looking at just cinching this and playing the 8 from distance, but I'm not sure I'm in love with that. But he might have just zero choice in the matter. Bundy on the Facebook wants to know what time we play tomorrow. We play at noon Pacific Standard Time. Has he got the window? I believe he has. I believe he has this window to the 8. So it could be a very smart shot from Stu there. It's got to be very tight. And yeah, that's correct, Patrick on the YouTube. Winning gets you promoted, eh? That's right. Yeah, Stu's on fire this last week and a half. He's played absolute unreal pool. Winning the intermediate 8-ball singles, in my opinion, is equally as hard as winning the Masters. I think there's just as many really top players, so it's very close to the same difficulty level, and the race is one less game, which makes it harder as well. Oh, he's going to jump this. He's full Q jumping it. Oh, he almost made it. What an effort. It rattled. He rattled it. I thought he hit it quite well considering he's full Q jumping it with a shooting cue. At least I believe that was his shooting cue. It's possible that was his break cue. Well, that was his break cue. Ryan Plunkett on the Facebook wants to know if this is a winner side match. This is a B side match, so the one-loss side. And it is a triple elimination tournament, so the loser of this match will not be out. Loser of this match will still be in fighting to get back Looks like we got a couple of 5 p.m. matches. And then we've got an 8 p.m. match followed by that. And I believe that would be to end out the day. Michael tuning in on the Facebook from Baltimore, Maryland. Thanks for tuning in. And for everyone else out there watching in Facebook land, if you can click that share button for me, greatly appreciated. And if you're watching on the YouTube, just click that little thumbs up button. Hit the bell. Make sure you're subscribed on our YouTube. Like and follow our Facebook. That way you get notified every time we go live. And you can also follow. Make sure you like and follow our Facebook. We're really close to a big milestone in followers. At which point we'll do some little giveaway. We'll go through the list and give away some stuff. Oh, Peter Wood on the Facebook says he tried himself a 12.8 shaft that Nick made for him. Now I'm looking forward to trying it out too, Peter. I love Nick's stuff. So we got a ref being called on table 1 because Stu is jammed right up against this 8-ball. I'm not really sure what he can do with it. Is he going to try to pocket it into the top right? Takes a deep breath. He knows this is a tough one. Oh, possibly he's just playing this little tickle safety. And I didn't see what happened, but it looks like he's executed it to perfection. And now there's extra pressure on Greg Romero here to kick in this 4. Looks very makeable though. Judging by the speed he got down on the ball, it's laying quite well. Corey Sharman on the YouTube wants to know, is it only the Masters division that does triple elimination, or do all the divisions do triple? I believe just the Intermediate and the Masters. The regular division, also known as the Open, had something like 600 teams in the men's. So they definitely would not have time for triple elimination. They would need a month to play that out. And Joanne on the Facebook says we have to talk about streaming for the provincials in London, Ontario. I'll call you. Joanne, absolutely. Maybe just send us a message through the Messenger, Facebook Messenger, and we can get back to you as soon as we get back to Calgary. We'll be back on the 6th of June, I believe. Or you can send us an email if you'd like, qsportslive@gmail.com. Either or, and we'll be in touch. We love coming out to London. We love coming out to Ontario. And we always have a fantastic time there, and we're always treated like royalty, so. Oh, and Peter Wood on the Facebook says Nick is also making him a break jump cue. Oh, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. I play with the Nick's break jump shaft, and I love it. That shaft is perfect. It breaks awesome, and it jumps super well. And no problem, Joanne. We look forward to hearing from you. Yeah, nice little kick shot from Greg Romero there on the right side table. And it looks like on the left side table, Adam's going to clean up this 8-ball for a nice little 10-3 win over there. And all guns blazing from Colorado is starting to open up this lead a little bit. About halfway through this match now. And they've opened up a 32-point lead. So if Greg can clean up over there, it'll be 35. And this could be one of those matches where the momentum starts to swing one way and they just run away with it a little. Colin Gray on the Facebook wants to know if this is BCA. This is VNEA, as you'll see in the top left corner of your screen there by the scoreboard. Might be blocked by the live button and the viewer numbers. We got the cool little VNEA World Pool logo up there. This is 2022 VNEA World Pool Championships playing at the Westgate Resort and Casino in the beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. Yeah, kicking that 4 in could be a 13-point swing. Patrick's got the idea. And SB also on the YouTube wants to know when we play. We play tomorrow at noon Pacific Standard Time in the winner's side final against the infamous 5 from Colorado. Greg Romero with this hanger of an 8-ball for a 10-7 win over there. All guns blazing in the white shirts. They appear to be all guns blazing now. Took them a little while to get going, but they are really going now. That's going to get it 96-57. Not 57. I marked that wrong. 61. 61. Good thing I caught that. At some point during this match, I will go over and do a score check just to make sure I've got not only the score correct, but the game number correct as well. Just in between shots on that left side table, I'll put up our viewer advantage sweepstakes poster again. Make sure you guys get in on this. Only a few days left to get registered. Buy your package. You can purchase it at our online store under the shop tab. www.cslipl.com. 2 chances to win there. First ticket drawn is going to get their choice of one of those beautiful Jacoby custom cues. The second ticket drawn will get the remaining cue. Both come with the Jacoby Ultra shaft, and we will include shipping anywhere in North America. And if you happen to win it from outside North America, we'll definitely work a deal with the shipping. Joey Horn wants to know on the Facebook, so regular division, is that like a me player? What's the difference from intermediate? Is that like a Tony? So Joey, the regular division is the beginner's division, also referred to sometimes as the open, and that is the first division. The middle division is the intermediate. That would be somewhat like a Tony, although I think Tony is more of a master. But Tony won the Masters Scotch with myself, and then she went on and double dipped to win the ladies open 8-ball as well. So she went home with 2 gold Charlies. Colin Gray, we would love to come out to Newfoundland for sure. We've been out east a handful of times. We love it out there. I love the people out there. I think some of the best people in the world live on those little islands like Charlottetown and in some of those small little towns in Newfoundland. Some of my best friends are from Newfoundland, so I would love to make it out there to visit some of them, and you know, we could stream a tournament and maybe get a little action going or something. So let's see if strokers can get it moving here. They're on both tables. Shooting on both tables, and they need to get it moving. You don't want to let all guns blazing start running away with this, because they will. On a missed ball on the right side table, that's not going to do them any favors. And it's an open table as well. So you can't be missing the opening shot too many times, but that was a real tough shot. So Colin Gray, as I was saying earlier as well, if anyone out there would like to have us come do an event, you can send us a message through Facebook, Messenger, Q Sports Live, or you can send us an email, qsportslive@gmail.com with your inquiry, and we will get back to you as soon as we can. We have queues and streaming equipment, and we will travel. We'll fly, drive, walk, hitchhike, take a train, take a bus, do whatever we got to do to get there. And our streams are always free, always coming at you free to view. Cape Breton Island, Ferris says on the YouTube. Imagine it's quite beautiful out there. I'd love to make it out there. I've got friends all over the place, so I'd love to go visit some of them. I have to think Cape Breton, that would be, let's see, they had a team named Cape Fear. And that would be, let me think who's on that team. I'm having a mental block right now, but Ryan Kendall. Maybe Ryan Kendall, he's on that team. Dave wants to know, do we have to pay American taxes on your winnings? Dave, I believe any winnings over $1,200, like it's the same as anytime you go to the U.S., Dave. But I'm not 100% sure because I've never really won that much, so. Yeah, Colin Gray for sure on the Facebook says, hope we can chat soon, see what we can do. Absolutely. Shoot us a message, shoot us an email. We'll get back to you as soon as we can and see what we can set up. We certainly love what we do, and we do not only showcase high-level pool, we showcase every level of pool. Men's, women's, beginners, masters, pros, juniors, you name it, seniors. We got it all. And we really enjoy showcasing some of the other sides of the game. It's not all about watching pros run out over and over again. I think it's important to showcase the other side of the game as well and see that there's just a bunch of average Joes out here having a great time, and pool is a beautiful game. Beautiful game played by people from all walks of life. It's something I really love about it. It doesn't really matter how big, small, thin or wide you are. Everybody is capable of playing this game at a really high level if they invest the time. Colin Gray says they play a lot of 9-ball, 10-ball out there. We love 9-ball, 10-ball. We love us some 9-ball, 10-ball. And Scott Jones says you can learn pattern play by watching masters. Absolutely. Sometimes I just get in stroke by watching good players play pool. And Guy Nicklin on the Facebook wants to know if I'm done for the day or if I play another one tonight. Guy, we play the A final, the winter side final at noon tomorrow. That's Pacific Standard Time. Europe #1 in the YouTube chat. Welcome, my friend. And welcome to everyone else just tuning in. If you guys are just joining us now, we're at the 2022 VNEA World Pool Championships played at the Westgate Resort and Casino in the beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. And what a great venue this is. I've been super impressed by this venue, and I've talked to some of the VNEA staff, and they say this is the nicest setup they've ever had in 41 years of this tournament. I believe this is the 42nd edition of the VNEA World Pool Championships. Quite the long-running tournament. And let me tell you, if you guys have never been down to this event, you gotta put it on the bucket list. definitely something to see. The VNEA staff does such an awesome job running this event smoothly. And they also do a ton to make this the greatest player experience they can. And yeah, there's Corey Sharman's comment. He knows the Cape Fear team. Look at this out on the right side table. That's another 10-0 for Team All Guns Blazing. They really are all guns blazing now. That's going to get them over the 100-point mark. And that's going to get us to game 14 and 15. Yeah, sweet out there by Larry Romero, indeed. Real nice work. And it looks like they got an extra, well, an unexpected chance. Shouldn't say extra, but an unexpected chance on the left side table. But look out. Oh, that's a big unforced error. He shouldn't have been anywhere near that side pocket with that cue ball. And that could halt the momentum a little bit here. That could halt the momentum a touch. And as Guy Nicklin says on the Facebook there, if you folks want to see the setup here at VNEA, you can scroll back through our page 2 evenings ago, where we did a nice little tour of the setup here. So you guys can feel like you're right here with us. So that's a 10-2 strokers over there. That'll get us to games 15, 16. So getting down to it. We got Tony Piazza breaking the last game in the 3rd round there. And we got Julian breaking the first game in the 4th round. So a couple of big moments here. And yeah, I missed that comment by Greg Gauthier up there, what place this is for. This is still super early days in the tournament. This is not for a place yet, really. Triple elimination tournament, so the loser of this match will be moving on to the C side of the bracket, or the 2-loss side. Jonathan says, pool's a beautiful game played by ugly people. Gord Kerr says, just a reminder, Ben, Scott Morgan of Winnipeg's Active Pool League is the president of the VNEA this year. Absolutely. Shout out to Scott Morgan of Active Pool League from Winnipeg, our Canadian boy. Taking over the presidency, I believe. And Robert Griffith on the Facebook says, nice tour, well worth watching. I thought we did a pretty bang-up job of that tour, considering Grant and I have never really done anything like that before. So we didn't know what to expect, and I was a little nervous about carrying the camera around, I'm not going to lie. I was a little nervous because I wanted it to be as great as it could be. We always want to give you guys the best quality possible, and we pour our heart and soul into this. And Charlene in the YouTube, this is not for a place yet. This is triple elimination, and both these teams are on the 1-loss side, so the loser of this match will go to the 2-loss side, also known as the C side. Catch you later, Joey Horn. Appreciate you tuning in. And thank you, Jerry, as well. Oh, see, Stephanie Toy, she would know this stuff. Stephanie Toy thinks that Scott is vice president this year. I thought president sounded a little funny, but I don't know. I don't follow all those things too much. I know Jana Montour is a Hall of Famer, and she won both singles events in the Masters. I know that much. I follow the players is what I do. We had some fantastic performances from Alberta players already in this event. Jana taking home both ladies 8-ball singles and 9-ball singles in the Masters, and we had Tony Sakamoto of Calgary taking home the regular open division ladies singles 8-ball. So let's see what Tony's got over there. He's trying to figure out if that 4 will pass into the bottom right, and that'll clear up the 7. And I wonder if he goes into the 6-ball right here, or if he uses the 2 to go into it later on. Oh, here's a shot. Here's a shot. Look how smart this guy is. He's going to play this 4 in off that stripe near the 6, and that's going to open it up. That's how smart this guy sees the table. Still has to execute, but I love the vision. And yeah, that's certainly missable. You're trying to precisely flick off that ball to get it out of the way. He hit it just a little thin. And Corey Sharman, I think that's correct. I think you're correct there. I think they won the Diamond Division at the BCA, this team. Tony Piazza's team, rather. Richard Daigle wants to know, does that bump Tony up? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely it does. 100%. Next year she plays, she has to play intermediate. Especially if you win. Especially if you're first place. But they do bump up a certain percentage of the field. I wouldn't try to quote what percentage. But they do have plenty of info on the VNEA website as well. If you guys want to go to VNEA.com, you can check out the website and see all the cool stuff on there, and it gives you all the info you need for the league. And Guy Nicklin says he thinks a tour video should be done every year, made him want to be there. We're definitely going to do it every year. 100% we'll do that every year. And we're already trying to make plans for next year. We're already figuring out how we can make this bigger and better next year. So we're working with the VNEA to try to always improve upon things. It's important to not just stay stale in this industry, but to constantly be trying to improve. Certainly something I love about what Grant does. Grant's very good at constantly reevaluating and trying to add things and just always trying to make it better. Just trying to up it a level every time. I'm just the commentary guy. And I know how to hold a cue sometimes. Grant's the brains of the operation, so to say. And Denise, absolutely. There's no way we're ever doing this tournament again without Steph here. So, Steph, if you're out there, book your vacation time right now. You got it, Denise. I love hearing Steph's voice on the commentary, so I'm sure you people do as well. I think Grant and I's voice gets a little old after a while, so it'd be nice to have a softer woman's voice up here on the commentary. And Steph's very knowledgeable about the game as well, so super enjoyable to listen to. And it'd be nice to have Guy Nicklin up here on the mic as well. And Jonathan, there's the team that won the Diamond Division at BCA's got it in the comments there on the Facebook. Meanwhile, Craig Gold with the 8-ball. Look out, cue ball. Look out, cue ball. That is a huge, huge mistake. Massive error and a big swing. A 10-3 win or a 10-7 loss. I can't believe he spun it right in there. That is just something you cannot afford to do at this level. Not trying to be hard on Craig, but I'm sure he knows it too. It's kind of easier to pot that ball with the spin that he played it, and that's why he spun it like that. And you kind of never really think, well, I'm going to go one rail and scratch, but you have to be aware of that. And thank you, Denise. And Gord. Yeah. And absolutely, Gord. Yeah, that's the nice thing about Steph is she really knows the ins and outs of the league as well. And yeah, Corey, this tournament is great. I think it's worth traveling to some of those places that you're near in Ontario just to get your weeks in with a team and play it. Like, that's how great this league is. I know of a player from Montana that went to South Dakota to get his weeks in with a team. Tom Thompson, we got to watch him play yesterday. That's how much fun this tournament is. And we had players that came in from BC, British Columbia province, over from Alberta, and they were coming in to get their weeks in as well so they could come down to this tournament. Guy Nicklin, I'm sure they'd love to add more events, like maybe a 3-man 9-ball, but they're pretty jam-packed with the amount of events they have. I don't think there's time for that. So what's Greg doing with this 8-ball? I think, was he playing that in the side pocket? If he was playing that bank into the side pocket off that ball, it was going to be real close before it double kissed it. And Gord, yeah, we still need a spotter / statistician as well. One day we'd love to have the full production crew, you know. We'll even have a makeup person, somebody powdering our face, making sure our cheeks are rosy red. Christina in the YouTube says, let's go Team Strokers. Team Strokers is actually the Ontario team. The team you're thinking of, Christina, is All Guns Blazing. Blazin'. And they're from Aurora, Colorado, playing out of Piazza's Italian restaurant and sports bar. Look at these side pockets are just eating Team Strokers alive. What an unfortunate rub that was from Raleigh. Real unfortunate after a real nice break too. Deborah wants to be the makeup person. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Oh, and Warren Saffel, you're bang on there, pal. Thank you, sir, for that. There's a little explanation on the Facebook from Warren Saffel about the players that move up, so I'm just going to read it out to you. Participants finishing in the top 4 open 8-ball teams, top 2 women's 8-ball teams, top 8 men's 8-ball singles, top 4 women's 8-ball singles, top 4 men's 9-ball singles, top 2 women's 9-ball singles will be intermediate for the 43rd annual championship, right off the VNEA website. And Gord Care, that's right. We both have a face made for radio anyway. We don't need no makeup. But we do like the idea of having maybe a little picture-to-picture in the corner of the commentator so people can just get a feel for what we look like. So they know we're human too, you know? And Kurt on the Facebook wants to know my thoughts on a good solid queue for players in between the open division and intermediate division. There are so many fantastic queues out there. It's really all a matter of feel. I believe I'd probably have to recommend Predator for cues. I think they make the best product in the business. They also support the game the most, I believe, of all the big cue manufacturers. So let's see what Adam's doing over there on the right-hand table. Looks like Julian's going to work on the left with those stripes he's cleaning up after Greg missed the 8-ball for the run out. And I think after this game, I'll do a quick score check just to make sure I got the scores right and the game number correct. Thanks, Warren Saffel. I'm a reading, talking machine. That's right. Pool playing animal. Scorekeeping wizard. Kurt wants to know, how about Schoen? Yeah, Schoen makes great cues. One of my players on my team still plays with a Schoen, I believe. Eric Vargas. He loves the Schoen. And I kind of like Richard's explanation there. The division you're in has nothing to do with the cue you buy. Find the shaft first, then find a butt that you love. And that's typically the case, is if you got a really good shaft, like some of the new carbon fiber stuff now, it's going to hit really good on like 99% of cues. So it's mostly about finding the shaft that you like and then just fit it on a cue. Gord, I don't have to recommend Predator. Certainly not. We aren't biased, even though Predator does support CSL. They're one of our partners. But I don't have to recommend Predator. I just think they kind of have the most money in the industry, and I think they build the best product, and they have for a long time. So it looks like a 10-7 for Strokers, followed by a 10-2 for All Guns Blazing. So that'll put us 135 to 90, 45 points the lead, and now we're on games 18-19. And I'm just going to mute the mic for a second and check the score real quick. First, I'll put up this poster while we got these guys racking. Make sure you get in on this viewer advantage, people. Yeah, on fire. Scorekeeping wizard. Richard Daggle says Predator's the Nike of pool. Yeah, I would kind of agree, you know. Tempered shafts. Robert, I can't say I've ever tried a tempered shaft. Patrick Neal says VNEA should require master players to use black bore cues. That would be expensive. Charlene wants to know, how many days total will this tournament be? So while the player on the left table is just taking a moment to decide what they want to shoot, I'll flash up our quick schedule of events. You'll see it's a long one. And Jacoby has a lot to do with Predator's success, absolutely. Jacoby's done a lot of work for Predator as well. Or the apple of pool, says Richard Daggle. Yeah. And I like Warren Saffel's comment here on the Facebook, says, if you don't find the cue comfortable in your hands, it's not the one for you. So let's see. I think It was a scratch on the break on the left table there. And then possibly a dry break on the right side table. And let me tell you, not a lot of time to work left here. I think Team Strokers is in big trouble. I think they're in real big trouble because both players from All Guns Blazing are at the table here, and they can extend this lead going into the final round. Take care, Warren. Thanks for tuning in, pal. Got a little hung up there on the right side table. Not sure he's got a makeable shot here other than possible bank side, which doesn't lay too bad. The issue being shaping the next ball is not a walk in the park. So it looks like Grant's team has one. So I'm just going to take a look at their bracket real quick here. If you guys want to follow along with the brackets, they're on CompuSport under the VNEA Las Vegas 2022 heading. And I'm just curious when Grant's team will be playing their next match. Looks like lucky them, they don't play till 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. And lucky me, maybe I get to go get some lunch/dinner. Lunch/dinner. P.S. The 5 is purple. I like that one. Good comment there, practice room on the YouTube. The 5 is purple, he says. It's not. In this game, it's the purple 4, the orange 5. The 5 needs to be orange, people. Can't keep changing the colors. Strokers are really struggling on the break, says Jonathan in the Facebook chat. Yeah, I would have to agree. They are not getting much love on their breaks. Couple of scratches, couple of dry ones, and the side pocket's eating them alive, right? And a question on the YouTube, what's the ballpark value of a black boar? Maybe somebody out there can answer that, Eric? Oh, there it is, just as I was asking. The 8.1 he plays with was around 20K when he got it. I don't think it's less than 20K now, Eric. I think cues rarely lose value, very rarely. I think they only gain value, and those black boar cues are very sought after, kind of like a Southwest cue. So I would have to believe it's gonna be worth more. If not right now, then it will be eventually. They ain't cheap, let me tell ya. Oh, and practice room on the YouTube says it's a thing with Eric. He's ribbing him. I like it. Oh my goodness. Eric Peterson says he has one he paid 43K for, and it's got about 850 inlays in it. Oh my goodness. 850 inlays? That's unbelievable. If I had time to play a little poker, Gord Care says the World Series is starting at the Rio. Only 10K to enter. Oh, Blake Holmes likes the gray cloth on the Matchroom stuff. Not sure how I feel about that yet, to be brutally honest. Oh, what's happened here on the left side table? Does he have this 8? I don't think so, because it looked like he was trying to power into it. Yeah, Clark Ayers, as he was saying on the YouTube there, Eric said he paid $43K for it and he's never hit a ball. And that's good. I would recommend you never hit a ball with that cue, sir. Well, that's a nice win. Steven says he knows a guy that won a black boar in a raffle. 10K black boar. He bought one ticket for 20 bucks. That's a good score. And that's a nice story, Warren Saffel's story on the Facebook there. You got your life back on Friday morning. They lost their opening match, went back to back until midnight, then played at 8 a.m. Rough day, yeah, I bet. Okay, so missed 8-ball over there on table 2 is going to keep strokers alive in this match, especially with Craig shooting on table 1. Let's see if they can tighten this up. Let's see if they can tighten this one up a little. Pretty good look on the left-hand table. Those balls are laying really nice. It's always a bonus to have a ball over a hole. What has he done? He's gone straight in. Oh, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 balls. That's a 10-1 for all guns blazing and a massive mistake from strokers. And I hate to call it early, but that really could be the beginning of the end for them. I mean, Craig is probably going to help him out a little bit here by making this 8 for a nice win. But he's really got to bear down here. No gimme. And he does. Cuts it right in the heart. Nice little out from Craig there for a 10-1. Sort of gets it back for his teammate, but they are running out of time. Now we're over to games 20 and 21. And we got Stu breaking over there, and we're going to have the start of the 5th round. Greg Romero breaking on table 1. Make sure you guys get in on this Viewer Advantage Sweepstakes. We're going to be drawing this live on the stream on Saturday near the conclusion of play. $20 US per package. No limit on how many entries you can get, and 2 chances to win on this draw. A little something new we're doing here. First ticket drawn will get their choice of one of those beautiful Jacoby custom cues, and the second ticket drawn will get the remaining cue. Both cues come with the Jacoby Ultra shaft, and we will include shipping anywhere in North America for the winners. And if somebody outside North America wins it, we will work out a deal for the shipping. Patrick Neal says 10-0. He scratched on the ball he pocketed. In this format, Patrick, any ball you make still counts. So he still gets the point for that one ball. And we got Grant Zemp joining us. How'd the match go, Grant?
It was good.
You guys played good. I watched the first 10 minutes, and you ran 2 of the first 3 racks break and run.
Yeah, that
helps. Put the heat on him a little bit, right?
Rick started us off the right way.
Jeff, too. Yeah,
Jeff. Oh, yeah, Jeff, too.
Huge break and a super duck out. It was maybe one of the easiest outs I've seen the whole tournament.
Right. Yeah, it was good. We came out on top.
And I assume you saw your draw for the next match. It's your favorite time of day.
9 a.m. tomorrow morning.
But it's good. I think that's good for you. Keep playing those matches, and you just build that experience up. And eventually you're going to have a really good match at 9 a.m. and it's all going to turn around, and you're just going to be like, that's it. I love 9 a.m. now.
I love your positivity, Ben.
You have to be. I'm telling you, that's the key.
And we play on tables 5 and 6 in here.
It's like
9 a.m.
It's like when your teammate hooks you in Scotch doubles. What do? You look at them and you're like, I love this shot. This is my favorite shot.
I eat this for breakfast.
I kick this in all the time. Right. I jump this in for lunch.
That's
right?
It.
You don't panic. You just stay positive and you just say, I love this shot. And it makes them feel better, and it makes yourself feel like hey, maybe I can do this, right?
The only problem is I know I'm lying to myself.
I know, but I'm serious. It can work. I lie to myself all the time.
I love it. Well, I'll try it. I am going to go to bed a little earlier today, though, let me tell you.
Well, that's going to be...
I do have to eat something. I started to eat this thing.
Well, thankfully, the last match of the evening tonight is at 8 o'clock.
Oh, well, that's good.
So I assume, and they've slotted everything 2.5 hours, but most matches are going about 2 hours.
Yep.
So that'll put us done by 10.
In bed by 10:15.
And in bed by a reasonable time. Yeah, even if you wanted to eat after. But I don't play again today. You don't play again today. So I feel like we could just take breaks and go for dinner, right?
Oh, I think so.
At which point, I want to do that soon. You haven't ate today yet either?
Oh, well, I ate a half of that thing.
What was that thing?
They called it a breakfast burrito.
Oh, breakfast. No. You got to get the sandwich.
Well,
the sandwich is delicious. Comes on a croissant. And
I know better for next time.
Yeah, now you know. I had a chicken Caesar salad yesterday. That was pretty good too.
Oh, that sounds good.
A little not on the cheap side, but
now
what are you gonna do?
Now I'm hungry. I want some pasta or something, like a lasagna or something.
Yeah. So maybe after this match, I can run off for dinner quick.
Yep.
You can munch on that breakfast burrito till I get back, and then we'll flip flop it, and you can run for dinner after.
Well, I'll go along with that plan so long as I don't have to munch on that breakfast burrito.
As long as you don't have to touch that burrito again. Maybe you can find like a chocolate bar or something to snack on while you're waiting for me to come back.
Yeah, I think I might have to.
Because I'm with you. I want to eat something good tonight. I've just been eating garbage for
me too.
7 days straight, right? So I wouldn't mind having a little sit down somewhere and having a good meal.
Yes.
And we've got a barn burner of a match here. We got Strokers from Ontario taking on All Guns Blazing from Colorado. And they've got one of the players I think should be inducted into the VNEA Hall of Fame soon, Tony Piazza, on the left side table here. I'm sure you've heard the name.
Oh, I have.
Oh, and I believe we streamed one of their matches where Tony made like this ridiculous shot, hill, where he like kicked a ball in or something. The crowd went totally nuts. He's their anchor,
well, yeah,
Mr. Clutch.
But Tim Hortons, there's no Tim Hortons down here, that's for sure.
Yeah, no doubt.
But believe me, the very first thing Ben and I do when we cross that border will be to get a Tim Hortons.
Eric Peterson on the YouTube wants to know, are these beginners? No.
I don't think Masters would suggest beginner, but that's just me. Yeah. I could be wrong.
Yeah, Tony should be out again here. He's got he ran 10-0 the first two racks. Tony Piazza, he runs out a ton.
So does this other team that I know.
Oh yeah, we ran out a little bit.
only 6 10-0s in a row.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. How about this day from Warren Saffel back in the day at VNEA? They played at 8, 10, 12, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12.
Nope.
9 matches in one day.
Nope. Wow.
Oh, and it's over with that run out.
That's it.
That is correct. That's a
the
10-0, so that puts them up 55 points with only 5 games to play, and that's how VNEA works.
That's how she goes. As soon as it becomes mathematically impossible for you to catch up, the match is declared over.
So I think I'm going to let you shut this down because I got to run to the little boys' room.
You get it, buddy. I got it.
I've been holding it for an hour and 45, so.
No worries. I got you, buddy. So that is a wrap for this one. All guns blazing through the Strokers. So I don't know if Ben put the viewer advantage up, but I'll leave you with this. Viewer advantage sweepstakes back at it. Head on over to our website, cslipl.com. Tickets are $20 per ticket to get in it to win it. 2 beautiful Jacoby Qs up for grabs. Ticket number 1 will get the choice of which one they want. The second ticket we pull will win whichever is remaining. If you are in Canada, you can also email transfer that to qsportslive@gmail.com. Do keep in mind it is $20 US, so about 26 Canadian. We will do that draw towards the end of the day on Saturday. And best of luck to anybody and everybody who gets in. With that being said, on behalf of myself, Ben Francis, and the rest of the Q Sports Live team, we appreciate you tuning in, guys. Don't go far. We'll be back locked, loaded, ready to rock and roll with another match. I'll be the man on the mic. We'll see you back here in a few.